Pelicans and the other seabirds we see flying around Tampa Bay are as much a part of Florida as palm trees and sandy beaches. But the people who help them when they're hurt say our pelicans are in big trouble. At nearly 2 miles long, the South Sunshine Skyway fishing pier is the longest in the world, and it might just be the deadliest for seabirds. A rescue group called Friends of the Pelicans say they knew it was bad, but didn't know how bad until they hired their own full-time rescuer. Fishing in paradise on what's left of the south end of the old Sunshine Skyway Bridge. Since 1994, it's been a fishing pier, open 24 hours a day. Volunteers with Friends of the Pelicans have been coming here for years to help the birds that get tangled in fishing line. They say they've never seen it this bad.
They are being hooked, and if no one's out here, they're being hooked and killed every day. We rescued 100 birds last week and 100 birds the week before, so that's 200 in 2 weeks.
Friends founder Jeanette Hedward says they can't keep up.
We're not getting all the birds. We're just getting a fraction of what's being hooked out here. We get egrets, loons, terns, seagulls, but mostly pelicans.
Young first-year pelicans like this one they caught while we were there. It's not just the hooks that are lethal.
He's got 2 different kinds of line on him.
A sinker and line binds his feet.
His legs are just tied together and huge weight, huge weight. Oh, we got him just in the nick of time.
Because they can't really take off with their feet tied together.
He's now cutting off the barb. And then you can back it out. It doesn't hurt.
See, then you back it out and it doesn't make the hole larger or cause a larger wound.
And a big hole along his jawbone means this bird will have to go to rehab for stitches.
Do you think fishing on this pier is a problem?
Fishing problem is people don't care about the bar. Fishing problem is they use the lot of line. They're sleeping, they're talking, they're eating.
Rahat Khan is an expert with a cast net, which volunteer Kim Begay says is the only truly safe way to retrieve a pelican that gets hooked here. The old bridge is higher than a typical pier, 18 to 22 feet from the water, depending on the tide.
To get the bird up, you'd have to lift him up by the hook. So lifting a pelican who weighs 4 pounds by a hook that could be in his face or the pouch is going to cause severe damage.
She says that's why so many fishermen do the absolute worst thing and cut the line.
The bird's going to fly away with all that trailing line. He can get caught on the span. He can get caught in a tree. When they go to roost in the mangroves at the end of the night, they end up getting tangled and hanging there and dying.
Begay and Edwards worry about the impact on pelican populations. They say many of these young pelicans migrate here from the Carolinas.
If they don't have a safe place to live and learn the ropes in their first year, they're going to die here. Not counting the ones that come off Egmont Key. The first-year pelicans coming off Egmont Key are dying in very large numbers, and they're just being hatched to die.
They're in talks with the state to try to come up with solutions for the unique perils of this pier.
We built this pier out over their water, and this is their food source, it's their home, and they have a right to live here and to have a life that's free of pain. I mean, it's torture. It's absolutely torture what we're doing to these birds.
So I reached out to Florida Fish and Wildlife, who say they're aware of the problem, that they're working with the Transportation Department and Department of Environmental Protection to address it. They say they've increased patrols day and night. And I just heard from the DEP, who says they are taking it seriously, that they're taking steps, including more oversight. They just limited rods to 3 per person. In fact, that just took effect. And now they're also working on installing cameras and improving signage.